Hi and welcome. Last week we talked about plants and how it enhances our homes. This week we're going to focus on the same plants but with a different perspective. What happens when a small plant like this one grows to be a big plant like this one? There's a big difference. And the difference is, where do I place those plants? Imagine, for example, that the other day I was walking and was going into this restaurant to eat something. And I had two pathways. One had this, which is a plant that had grown a little more, and the other one that had basically no obstruction, but it was a piece of concrete. You would probably prefer to walk where the plants are because it kind of gives you a little more beauty in your life instead of a brick or concrete at the side. But it was obstructed, so I have to choose the other path. That also can reflect what's going on home when you place a plant and it obstructs certain ways. Sometimes you may say, yeah, I love plants, but they grow that much that start obstructing the areas. And the idea is that you have a balanced home. That means if the plants are too big, you should trim it or split it into two pots so you can take advantage of the areas and the plants. So one of the first rules with the plants is let them grow, but avoid obstruction. Obstruction will also reflect on the path of the energy and even in our way. So we have to be careful about plants. It's okay to have a lot of plants if you like them, as long as they don't obstruct or become clutter. Because what you're trying to do with Feng Shui is balance. So even if you love plants and you have too many plants, there's a certain amount you should have. Again, it's not that I'm against having plants, but you gotta have a balanced home. Plants are very useful, not even as objects of beauty, but you can place them in corners that don't move a lot of energy to make the plant move that energy. And sometimes you can use them as items to hide things. The other day I saw this door with a plant. So if you see it, doors should be able to be open and closed easily. But in this case scenario, that door was the air conditioning, which probably she never touches. So what better way to use a plant to hide it? You can still move it if you need to, but ACs have a lot of power and they're always moving. So a way to balance that movement, you can use a plant like this one, for example, which hides the door at plain sight, even if you know that the door is there. Because at the end of the day, when you see a picture, your focus will be on the beauty, not on the hidden parts. So plants can be used different forms. One, to absorb the energy. Two, to hide doors, for example. And something interesting too. A couple days ago, a friend called me asking me advice of some bamboos that she had. So she sent me the picture and all the bamboos were starting to get yellow. And usually her plants are pretty healthy. So my first question was, did you have visitors? Everybody has a type of energy, a type of vibe. So if you see that some plants are dying, maybe the plants defended you for some bad energy and now they're paying the price. So in this case scenario, replacing the plants is the best way, because you don't want dead plants in your home. You want live plants. So a growing plant is a healthy plant and a healthy environment in your home. Thank you and have fun.